Welcome to Tantrum House Studio D. I'm Kevin Delp.
And I'm Melissa Delp.
Today we're talking about End of the Trail from Elf Creek Games. End of the Trail is a 2 to 4 player push your luck card and tile game and is coming to Kickstarter this September.
You're playing as prospectors who are exploring territory to find the most gold. You'll have tough decisions to make about where to explore and when to stake your claim. Do you take the sure thing, or do you push your luck hoping to find a more valuable spot?
Let's look at the prototype components. There are 3 types of land tiles: plains, canyons, and mountains. They have gold values from 1 to 6. There's tiles for turn order and movement, meeples and tents for each player, and a deck of prospecting cards.
During setup, you make a grid of land tiles. For each player count, there are instructions for how many tiles of each type to use. Your grid will always have 4 rows because each row is associated with a form of transportation. Oxen can reach the first 2 rows, mules can go up to the 3rd row, and horses are fast enough to make it all the way to the 4th row.
You find those movement cards along with the special action cards in the prospecting deck, but the cards are used for more than just exploring tiles. Each card also has a money value and a poker card value. At the beginning of the game, each player is dealt 6 cards and then decides to play one face down to save for the end of the game poker hand. Having a good poker hand can score you extra points.
The game is played over 3 rounds. The first phase of each round is called the supply phase. Players will have the opportunity to bid in auctions for 3 cards at a time. If you win the bid, you have to discard cards from your hand with a money value equal to your bid.
After the auctions, you enter the prospecting phase. First, you have to choose 2 or 3 cards from your hand to use for the round. This choice is important. Not only do the cards determine your possible actions, but they will also determine your player order. You'll compare the money value of your cards to the value of the other player's cards. Player order goes from highest to lowest value.
On your turn, you can play one of your selected cards and take the action. If you play an animal, you can choose a tile from any of the rows that animal can reach. You look at the tile's value, and then you have to make a choice. Do you claim the tile, which ends your turn for the round? There will be no more playing cards or taking actions for you. Or do you press your luck and explore more on your next turn? The catch is that if you explore a tile that has a lower value than the one you previously explored, you have to claim that lower tile.
There are some action cards like Shortcut that can reduce the risk of pressing your luck. Other cards let you move tents around or even share the same tile with other players. Once each player has claimed a tile, you move to the final phase of the round, the gambling phase.
In the gambling phase, you can add up to 2 cards to your poker hand, but they have to be cards that you played during the prospecting phase. So this adds some more decisions and some tension to the game. Consider this. What if I have to play 2 queens to get a full house, but I find an awesome tile when I play my first queen? Now I have a decision to make. Do I claim that tile? And if I do, I won't be able to play my other queen and it'll actually get discarded. I don't get to keep it. So do I go for the points right now on the tile, the immediate points, or do I try for those later points by having a better poker hand?
So at every phase of the game, you're making choices. Do I use the card for money, or do I use it for actions? Do I press my luck? Do I claim the tile? Do I try to use an attack action, or do I just mind my own business? So there's multi-use cards are awesome, and they're very understandable. They're clear. There's like the money value, there's the poker hand value, and there's the prospecting action. I'm not sure what is final art or not, since this is a prototype. I do like the color choices. It does feel old westy, and the graphic design is clear. I do think, though, that the card art needs to be improved.
Because of the bidding and cards with player interaction, I prefer this game at 3 or 4 players. You can play it with 2, but for me, I just didn't find it as interesting. There was only 1 set of cards in the auction, there was only 1 other person that I could target, and there were actually fewer tiles to explore.
Yeah, or really do actually enjoy this game at three or four players. So if you enjoy press your luck games, exploration games, games with bidding, or enjoy a good hand of poker, then check out End of the Trail by Elf Creek Games on Kickstarter.